So we're here in Studio 1 of Air Recording Studios. Air Recording Studios was originally church, but then made famous by George Martin, who converted it into an amazing recording studio. I've hired the studio before for my little record company, Chasing the Dragon, where we recorded Vivaldi's Four Seasons live onto a cutting lathe, making a record. It's called a direct cut. Once we'd done Vivaldi's Four Seasons, I thought, oh, what should we do next? Big band jazz. And I found the Sid Lawrence Orchestra. They are fantastic. It's just amazing to have a band that can just go with a red light. The sound quality here, with an old Neve desk and these beautiful old microphones going straight into that cutting head, is better than sex. It's wonderful. Jake, normally a session like this would be recorded and all the tracks could be individually mixed down. But here, we're actually recording it live. Does that give you an extra challenge?
It's an extra challenge, yes, because I've got to make sure that everything's right and everything's correct, and I only get one chance. It's live, and that's that.
What I've noticed in watching you put all the microphones out, I'm used to in a normal recording studio seeing like 3 times the amount of microphones, but here you seem to be using relatively less. Does that sort of lend itself to that live sound?
I guess a bit. I mean, I've kind of constrained myself to 24, so we can record on the 24-track tape machine as well.
Yeah.
I wanted to have individual controls on each of the instruments. You know, it's quite a lot of mics, but not, a ridiculous number.
Now, you know, as a professional engineer continuously working in this business, I can't get you to admit that digital isn't quite as nice as analog, but the analog sound that we seem to be getting as a record off vinyl, it just seems, to me, just warmer, more inviting.
Each media has its own drawbacks and pros and cons, and, you know, you can't beat analog just for that feel, you know. But digital is very, very useful, but for something like this, why not do it properly, you know, and do it analog?
And of course, Jake, you mixed our previous recording, which was Vivaldi's Four Seasons, so a new challenge.
It's really nice to do something like this, but it's a bit of a challenge, but I really enjoy it.
And isn't that what it's all about? The F word, fun.
Totally, a lot of fun, really enjoying it, really fun.
Thank you very much,
Nice one.
Jake. Thank you. So John, you and I have worked together for quite a while now. I know what you do, but could you tell us a little bit about being a cutting engineer?
Yeah, sure. Basically the idea is to transfer your source material, whether it's off a tape, a digital file, or in the case of today, a live recording straight from desk downstairs into our VMS-80 Neumann cutting lathe.
Well, it's amazing, isn't it? Because that technology, everyone is used to seeing flashing lights for digital equipment, but it's like we're going back 30, 40, 50 years with the technology of that lathe. So how does it actually work?
Well, it's still got flashing lights, but what you'll find is that every 2 days they'll all break and you have to replace them.
Really?
So, I mean, that kind of gives you a little outline of what you're dealing with. Like, anything can go wrong in this process.
Yeah.
It's very delicate, especially recording direct to disc.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it must be, because it's such a mechanical thing, thing. If we look down from above, if it went too loud and the grooves became too big, they would cut into each other.
Yes, that did initially happen in the first settings I had, and then I had to,
You're paying for
I had
that
to
bit.
reduce. I had to reduce the level a little bit, and that seemed to fix the problem. But yeah, obviously that would, as much as the groove going fat with positive phase, the negative phase could cause the fin to go, the groove to go too thin, and it would just pinch the stylus out of the groove. That's another massive part of today. The visual inspection I do after each cut on a director disc is,
Vital.
I'm taking notes as we're cutting of the loud points, looking at the percentage on the lathe at that point, and going to those points after the cut head is lifted, and trying to find the loudest grooves on the cut, and
see if they've sort of...
and seeing if they're behaving themselves basically, and whether I'm going to get away with it. Because another thing to take into note, which people might not know, is you can't actually play back a master lacquer.
Well, that's the thing, I guess, because being a direct cut, with our 4 tracks that we're playing, those 4 tracks have got to be played as live. So presumably, any mistake halfway through the second track, forget it going further into track 3 or 4. We just have to cut it. And so, if we did cut it, how much is each lacquer?
Each 14-inch lacquer disc is £50.
Right. Is there any chance that you don't make a mistake? Because I need every 50.
We haven't so far. We're halfway through it, so
right.
we've done 2 takes and used 2 lacquers, so that's
okay.
pretty good.
Well, John, thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries.
Just to let you know, you've done all of my sessions. The next session, we're doing a fantastic recording of steam funnels.
All right, okay, good.
You're going to love it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, baby. Right, done.
Yes! Oh, man.
Yeah, cool.
And that's how we do that.